Just a little update on a continuous load path when it comes to ridge beams. And this is our ridge beam in our attic. And this is a storage attic. It's 36 feet wide. We'll have a railing around the stairs for all safety conscious. So that's 3 LVL 16-inch. It's 36 feet. And it's supported by 4 2x6s. And those 2x6s are supposed to be supported by a sill. But we can see they built around that, and it's directly on top of the Avantech flooring. And we can see that while they were building, there was some water coming in at this point. So I'm going to have to dry that out and clean that out real well. And now I'm going to go down below and show you where the continuous load path should be. So we can see the continuous load path would be where the BCI 90 blocking is. And we see the flooring of the attic here. So we have to knock out the BCI 90, and we have to go flush with another, probably going to put 5 2x6s and a web stiffener on the BCI 90s on either side, actually all the way around, so that we have this outer wall, the gable wall, strengthened on the ends. And we continue with the load path coming downward. And then this goes and passes to the sill plate, and then below that is 1 1/8" Avantech flooring, and then we have 6 squash blocks or compression blocks below, because it's the same BCI 90 environment that passes all the way to the pier and beam, which I'll show in another snippet. Okay, so today we're going to be taking out this BCI 90 and doing the squash blocks that we did the other day. This time I'm going to document as we go. This is how the homeowner's doing it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not giving this as construction advice or a how-to. I'm just showing you how the homeowner is doing it. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to mount your web stiffeners, and you're going to have to get rid of all the obstructions that your framers put in for you, because they didn't put the web stiffeners in. And so you'll need to get rid of all of the nails. And you're going to want to do this to displace the weight that's going to be put on this 3/4 inch flooring from the ridge beam directly for a short period of time, not long enough to bring any concern. But you're strengthening it before you put your shingles up, and that's what the homeowner's goal is right here. Just keep prying out, busting out, cutting out your BCI 90 after you put in your web stiffeners on either side, and you're nailing them from either side, and you need to make sure that they're pressed up against the webbing itself, and then you nail it flush, and you give it a gap, 1/8 inch of a gap up to 1/4 inch, and you're good to go. All right, once you get everything cleaned out, your BC 90, whatever you do, if you're like us and you've got your siding nails, just bend them over. You're going to push your blocks up to those, because we have house wrap on the outside, and I don't want to puncture it, and I don't want to go up there and have to tape it. We are going around and all the shiners, gluing them in so they don't wiggle out and damage any of the siding. But you're set to go now, and you line up your squash blocks, your stiffening blocks, to the continuous load pattern that's down to the floor, that goes down to the beams, that go down to the piers, that go down to the foundation, that displace across the ground. So this is after the fact. You have your web stiffener installed, and you're going to use that as a nail plate, and you're going to start putting in nails. And I'm using 3-inch 10-penny galvanized. They just happen to be galvanized for my structural. So I'll put in 6 total, but I'll probably stagger it and start with 4. Now for future reference, the ones that we did on the foundation below, I was able to do 3 and 5 on the ground and then slip it in because I didn't have to fight with beating it in. So I couldn't do that in this case, had to do individually each one. And this one didn't quite make it in, but these are pretty close. So we have a continuous load heading down to the foundation now, supported very hard underneath the 3/4 inch Vantech flooring. And the continuous load, the blocking, squash blocking that we see here, is below the house. So this is the BCI 90s. You can see for the length of the home, and they cross the beams, which are LVLs, and there's 3 LVL 14s here, and that makes a continuous load path to your concrete, then down to your foundation, and then to the ground.